My name is Erin Gall, and I'm the chair of the Small Business Committee for the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce. We have a brand new award that we have just started this year, and Tre Turner and his team here at Rocky Mount Toyota are the very first recipients of the Excellence in Business Award. And this goes out to our community partners who are corporately owned, but have a great local team. And the team here at Rocky Mount Toyota has been under that name for almost 5 years. Prior to that, it was Bobby Murray. But you all have expanded your building, your lot, your sales, your employees, and they have been wonderful chamber partners, community partners. Coats for Kids, I know that you were a huge donor of last year, and I think this year maybe that's still happening. Absolutely. Wonderful. Yep. But the chamber didn't really have a wonderful way to really recognize our corporately owned partners or businesses. So this award is here. It's only quarterly awarded, and you have to meet some pretty tall expectations. And we think for the first winner, Rocky Mount Toyota is the prime example with what you've done. I know COVID has affected a lot of things, delivery of certain parts. So can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, what people should expect when they're coming to shop for their newer used car here?
Sure, absolutely. First of all, we'd like to say thank you for the award. We truly appreciate it, and it's a sign of the team that we have. It is everybody. It's a culmination of everybody's efforts, from the service to parts, the office staff, the sales staff, everybody. So thank you to all of the customers who have entrusted us with the opportunity to sell and service their cars. COVID presented a lot of challenges, but it also presented a lot of opportunities. We saw the best come out in people, our staff, customers. Still to this day, we're taking all the precautions, cleaning the showroom down, sanitizing cars, both sales and services, doing things that actually are probably going to be here for a long term. I don't foresee them going away because they are a benefit for another multitude of reasons. Right. Colds, flu, different things like that. So there's been a lot of benefits to that. Probably the biggest thing, and I told somebody recently out of COVID, is we didn't have any family members or team members here that we lost because of COVID. We kept it very controlled. Everybody did their part with doing things. Now everybody's getting their shots and stuff and everything. We recommend that, following CDC guidelines. So, but again, thank you for this award. We're always hiring. We have opportunities, and that's all we're about. We just want to provide opportunities. If you have an open mind, if you have a great work ethic and you want to learn something new, we can train you on those skills, and it's a great place to start. And we have tons of opportunities. We are a large company. We're privately owned, but we are one of the we're actually the 6th largest privately held dealer groups in the country now. So we've got opportunities for everybody.
Well, very nice. Again, we can't think of a better company to receive this. We hope that Rocky Mount supports Rocky Mount Toyota. You really do have wonderful prices on new and used cars. People come from out of state, all across the state. Yep. And I know we're going to be hearing more from some of your team, Matt Hilburn, and we look forward to what 2021 holds for you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
I'm sure that you recognize this lady to my right, Amanda Bell. Tre, when you hired Amanda for business development, you do know that you got the Good Housekeeping seal of approval here, don't you?
We've been very blessed. We were very fortunate, and we appreciate it. But definitely, there was divine intervention.
It was. It absolutely was.
At a time when we needed somebody, and she was here, and it worked out great. So it's been great.
Well, as a person going up and down 301, just visibly, you've made such a huge difference. I mean, this beautiful facility, there's action going. I mean, when I walked in the front door last week, people were hopping, people were just so busy. The business has really grown quite a bit, hasn't it?
It has. We've been very blessed with outstanding employees and team members like Amanda and others that we have that you'll meet later on, of course. But it's just been a culture change. We don't operate by the motto of I can't do this or we can't do that. We operate by how can we do it and how do we grow it? How do we make it better for the community? And we've just been blessed, and it's all people. The people are our key to success in every position, everybody working together. So Yes, there's been changes. New facility, as you mentioned, that was finished in April of 2018. Brand new state of the art. It's the newest one that's built on the East Coast of the United States. A lot of amenities to make sure that the customer has a great experience while they're here.
Right.
But now, we don't even need a facility to really transact and do a lot of business because of COVID. We do a lot of off-site deliveries. Customers can buy cars right directly from our website, digital. We can do everything by text, email, phone call, whatever they want, and even service. And Amanda's been instrumental in that. We have what we call our valet service.
Right.
If you live here in Rocky Mount, we'll pick up your car, service it, and drop it back off to you. You don't even have to come in.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Right,
so
sure
somebody
do.
even can go to work, and then you
it's
take
great.
it and bring it back to them. And
We do that all the time, Jean. And I've got to say this because he's a very humble person. The changes here are due to our leadership through this man right here.
from Nash County too, aren't you, Trey?
Well, yeah, I live in Nash County, so I was born about 7 miles down the road here in Elm City, and grew up in Wilson, Nash. My family, my father's side, we're all from Nash County, out towards Spring Hope, Peachtree. A lot of people know that area, but my wife and I, we've been residents. I've been resident in Nash County now for 22 years, ever since I met my wife and married her. She's been born and raised here. And everything we do in life now revolves around Nash County, from the schools, our children, our family, church members and stuff. So yes, Nash County's home. Nash County is where I'll be the rest of my life. So
Yeah,
Nash
and later in
County's
the show, we're going to talk about that you have been such a good steward of the dollars that come in. You give it right back.
Yes, ma'am.
To
Yes,
help
ma'am.
our community. But one of the things I read about that y'all are doing that I think is fantastic, it's a rental car business and rental van business.
do.
That's new, isn't it? Or relatively new?
We do. Actually, they did a little bit, I think. But
Very
Trey's really grown that.
8 to 24 vehicles, I think I read. Or more.
Not quite there yet.
Uh-huh.
The great thing that Trey did is we have those. It's so convenient for our service customers because if your vehicle is in for service and you're going to be out for 2 or 3 days because it depends on what's going on. If it needs repairs, you still need something to drive.
Oh, yeah.
And Trey has a philosophy. If it's under warranty or you purchased a vehicle from Rocky Mount Toyota, we're going to ensure that you have something to drive. You're not going to be without a ride.
Right.
And coming from somebody who has done that in the past, that is a huge asset for this company.
Yeah, that's one of our two key selling points, I think, as a benefit of doing business with us. So every new car purchased, every lifetime certified used vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It is industry exclusive to us. There's not any hoops or hurdles you have to jump, whereas a lot of companies advertise that, but when you read the fine print, you need to read the fine print.
The exceptions are.
The exceptions are. And our owner and partner, David Hudson, he is the founder and owner of the company. He wants to make it easy for the customer to do business, not hoops. Too many people want to offer something, but then you hear it, they stop advertising this because it's a burden on the customer. The other side of it, like you mentioned, the rental cars. So we've dedicated our rental car department now to 100% our customers because our business has grown so much, we had to. You can't be good at everything, but we said we owe it to our customers. We promised them if it was ever in for service, had to stay overnight, a recall or warranty issue or safety issue, we're going to provide them with a car to drive. So we keep a fleet of new Toyotas just for that reason. And that's one of the advantages of doing business with us. And you get the benefit of dealing with Amanda and make sure that goes smooth and her team. So.
Well, you've got such a great product, not a good product, a great product. I mean, I got my recent edition, the car edition of the Consumer Reports. And Toyota just nails it in superiority. But you're finding because of part delays and whatnot, new cars aren't as available as they used to be. So people are keeping their cars longer, but you're able to take really good care of them, aren't you?
We are, absolutely. And we were talking earlier before, we see the average age of a car now is over 8 years old and over 80,000 miles that's coming in our service department. And that's a testament to customers wanting to keep their Toyotas and our service department doing a good job of keeping them and taking care of them.
And I've got to tell you a story about our lifetime warranty that happened not long ago.
Okay.
So a person her daughter bought a used car from us that had the lifetime warranty on it. She had it a year or so. It was not a Toyota, by the way, I've got to mention that. But the engine, there was a problem with the engine. And she called me, and you could hear the panic in her voice for her daughter. That she was going to need a new motor or a new engine, and she was she said, I've got to find out about the service history of it, and she's going through all of this. And I said, have you followed up on the lifetime warranty? Have you called? about the lifetime warranty. And she said, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
That's big.
So sincerely, she called me back to thank me for that because they ended up putting a new engine in her car.
Oh, wonderful.
The lifetime warranty, $100 deductible. And I mean, you could hear the change in her voice.
Oh, yeah.
That for me was a big deal.
Oh, of
That's
course.
when I knew that lifetime warranty was important.
Trey, before we take a break, we're going to have you introduce a bunch of your key employees here.
Sure.
How many employees do you have to start with?
Well, we have between full-time and part-time, we have over 75 right
Wow.
now.
Okay.
And we're growing. And we have, right now, we talked earlier, we have 12 open positions between sales and service. And our industry it's booming. For anybody that's watching or wondering what they may want to do or what they may want their child to do, getting an education is great. I would steer them towards the automotive side from a technician standpoint, from a service standpoint, from a sales standpoint. No matter what Toyota makes and what people are going to drive or use as transportation, Toyota's going to be there. They're going to be a leader, and we're going to be right there with them as a partner to make sure our customers have a great experience. So definitely look at it. You mentioned Consumer Reports earlier. Check Forbes out also. They've got great information about the auto industry and the jobs that are going to be there for the next 20, 30 years. So,
And you've got Master Techs here too. I mean, you've really increased the educational level of the people who are working on cars here, haven't
Absolutely.
you?
And we take those technicians when they come in from either beginning stages, middle stage, and we put them on a path of growth, and we take care of their education, we take care of tools. We invest in them. We want to get them to be the best that the world has to offer and treat them great so they never want to leave.
And you kept employees that were here prior to its becoming Rocky Mount Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
As well as adding a bunch more.
Absolutely. We've got some employees been here for 35 years, and we want to keep everybody. And we're opening and we're welcome to anybody that wants an opportunity. As I said before, as long as they have work ethic and a drive and a passion, and they fit our culture, not a problem.
It's a great place to work, isn't it, Amanda?
It is. I loved where I was at before. I was there for 15 years. I was working here part-time because of this man right here. I knew that this was a place I wanted to come because there's growth. It's a happy atmosphere. This is where you want to be.
Well, I felt that walking in the door. So, we're going to take a break, have you introduce some of your employees, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back. Guys, do you know that Trey has really been bragging on you? He said his employees are dynamite. So we're going to hear you talk about that. Trey, you want to introduce them and
Sure,
help
absolutely.
me visit with them about what they do?
Yeah, so with us today we have Ken Houck, who is our fixed ops director. Ken's role is really, he oversees the total service and parts department, operations, hiring of technicians, assistant service managers, porters. Man, there's a ton of employees and team members that he constantly works with, but probably his biggest job is he's training constantly, ensuring that our processes are in place and they don't evaporate, and make sure that we provide the customer with the best experience possible. If we trip up, if we have a bump up, he jumps in, analyzes it, takes care of it, and then we learn and we grow and retrain from there. Ken, you've been with us now since 2017 now?
Yeah, 4 years at the end of August.
4 years in August. Matter of fact, August is going to mark our 5-year anniversary. And then Jay Mercer here, he is our parts director. Jay's been with you, came on a little bit before I did in 2018. What month exactly was that? April. So the same month that the new facility opened up, Jay started with us. He's our parts director, and we kind of run that as a hybrid. So typical car people would think he would just stay in the parts department all day long. Well, Jay is a good people person, a good leader, a good coach. He works hand in hand with Ken and works back there in the service department with our technicians. We're developing and constantly tweaking a way to make it more efficient for technicians and for the parts department to interact, so that technicians aren't having to walk and get parts or get stuff. It's being brought to them. Almost a on the job, it kind of follows Toyota's production facility or production ways, where we bring the parts to them where they don't have to do anything but just keep on going. So Jay's doing a great job. He's also learning and mentoring with Ken so that he can continue on that. Does a great job. I mean, both of these gentlemen have excellent team members that do a great job all day long. And our service business is growing because of it. So they're just great job. Thank you for everything you guys do. Absolutely.
Jay, what do you like best about your job?
The interaction with people.
And Ken, you're more working with other employees instead of the people, is that right? Or do you work with the customers a lot
I
too?
work with the customers as well.
Okay.
And it's an everyday changing environment. You have different employees, you have different customers. You have to learn how to deal with all those people and interact with all of them. So I am with the customers as much as the employees.
And the culture here, talk about the culture of how you treat customers. Ken, let you go first.
Well, basically, we treat them as we'd want to be treated, above and beyond everything else. You treat them as family when they come in the door. How would you want your mom treated, your sister treated, your brother or your dad? And that's, it starts at the top with Tre. We have to answer to Tre, and we have to answer to those customers. So we treat everybody as we'd want our own family treated when they come through the door.
Jay, your comments on that?
It's basically the same as Ken's. I've always thought of it as if I'm coming in somewhere, I want to be treated the best as that I can be. So I want to treat them, how I want to be treated. So.
Have you enjoyed watching the business grow the way it has, the increases?
I'll tell you, it has been an experience, and I've loved being a part of it. I was actually here 1 month after they took the store over. The Hudson Automotive Group bought the store, so I've seen a huge transformation in this, huge transformation in the employees. The overall morale, the whole culture has changed in the last 4 years, and we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to be the best no matter what. So.
And I do want to make sure I give them their props because most people won't know this, but right now as we're doing this interview, they literally are having the best month that we've ever had in our service and parts departments, period.
Great.
And it's tremendous growth, and it's because of their leadership and their team members. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you. A lot of people don't realize that, but they've got the trust of a lot of customers, and they continue to work hard. And so just wanted to make sure that I did recognize them for that immediately, just to make sure. So congratulations. Absolutely.
People don't keep going back if they don't feel like they're being treated well. So kudos to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, when you walk in the door, you can expect the best possible experience, and this team is the reason why, right, Tre?
That's correct. Absolutely.
Want to introduce them and tell us about it?
Absolutely, sure. So I'll start right here with the gentleman beside me, Rami Shihada. He's been with us now how many years total?
It's coming up on 8 years.
8 years. Yep. 8 years. Rami, you were with the previous owners, which is Bobby Murray. Stayed on, has excelled, and just been a great professional. He says he sells cars. We all sell cars. But he takes care of customers, provides outstanding customer service. Repeat business is probably 65% at least of Rami's business. 65%.
Wow.
He is a Toyota Pro, multi-year Toyota Pro. Why don't you tell everybody what Toyota Pros does? How do you become a Toyota Pro?
Number one is customer satisfaction. I always try to maintain that to be my number one goal here, is to make sure all my customers leave out of here happy and can give me, my whole store, a 5-star rating. And for me to do that is to make sure I know my product and make sure I answer all their questions before they leave. And then the best thing I like to do is stay on top of that, follow up with them, ask them to come back if I need to go over the car again.
And I think that's important because you can go over it once and they get home and then, oh my gosh, especially the newer cars that have all the whistles and bells, so they can come back and you'll help teach them how to use those things again?
I have one every week or so that come in, and I'll go over the car again and make sure they understand their car, because it did take me a couple years to know what Toyota provides for us and all the features. So I don't expect my customers to know it all in 2 hours.
Right.
So I always ask them to come on back and let me go over that one more time for them to.
And they change. They add new things. So
they do.
You have to stay on that too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Rami's great. And as he said, his first dedication is customer service. Before the sale and after the sale. Rami's, you've been here your whole life.
Yeah.
So Rami's born and raised, grown up in Rocky Mount. He's got roots here, and he's dedicated his life to service. We're proud to have him. Romney's a team leader now. He's actually mentoring other sales associates as they've come on board, training it, providing him a pathway of how he's successful, and he does it very quietly, very humbly, and we're glad to have you as part of the team. 8 years also, so this is great. It's fantastic. So the next gentleman right here beside us, this is Matt Hilburn.
Hey.
Matt is our general sales manager. Matt's duties as a general sales manager, he oversees the entire sales staff as far as making sure we hit our goals, make sure we're taking care of our customer satisfaction indexes, basically taking care of any issues that come up also, but trying to eliminate them. I think that's probably the biggest thing. This last year we said, hey, let's eliminate an issue before it becomes an issue, right? Let's go ahead and take care of it. What would we do if it was our mother, right? I think that's the kind of thing to say. Tell me a little bit more about what you do on a day-to-day basis and how that works with the sales department there.
For the most part, I back up these guys here, help direct traffic, but most often we try to provide a service just to make sure that we're doing the best we can for each individual's time and money. A lot of people come to us with issues, problems, challenges, and one of my favorite things is to overcome those challenges and get somebody in something reliable that they can be proud of.
Absolutely. Well, and one thing too, just to let everybody know, so when I came over in September of 2018, Matt was one of the first employees that I hired on, and we'd worked together since 2008.
Yes.
So he and I have been together now for going on 13 years. May's 13 years. It's amazing I remember that, right? So we have a little inside joke there. But Matt and I started in September, and for those that don't remember, there was a nasty hurricane that month. So in the beginning of challenges with a new staff, new store, new location, the Lord decided to throw us one more curveball. We weathered that pretty well. And I don't know that he and I thought 3 years ago we'd be where we're at now, but it's definitely with staff and team members like we have here. So thank you. And we've actually added on another gentleman right here. He's been with us before. His name's Bill Morgan. So a lot of people in the community are going to recognize Bill. Bill, you've been here your whole life.
I've been here my entire life. Born and raised right here in the big town of Rocky Mount. So it's been a privilege to be here.
Absolutely, and we're so happy to have you back here.
And what do you do? What does his?
So Bill's a sales manager, but he's a specific. He is. Bill, tell him what you do every day.
I do a little bit of everything. I like to help people out in the process. Also in the service lane, I'll give people a free appraisal on their car if they're interested. I also help in the process out front when it comes down to getting to the final numbers, trying to make everybody extremely happy with what's going on.
You're really good at it too.
I don't know about that, but I thank you.
And he's been real humble about it. Bill probably makes, I'm going to guesstimate, somewhere between 100 to 150 phone calls a day because he also helps oversee our Kelly Blue Book instant cash offer team. So we're an exclusive in-market dealer that buys cars, even if you don't buy cars from us. So if you're looking cash, call Bill or come by. We'll give you a written offer. It's good for 7 days, 500 miles. And I mean, we'll give you a check on the spot. And there's a lot of people we found through COVID that didn't need 2 or 3 cars, but didn't know how to go about it. And if you don't want to sell it at home, because that does invite some interesting items, be really careful. Bill is your guy, and we pay top dollar, so he does a lot of great stuff for us there.
It is extremely nice knowing that you can help people out and them feel like they're getting the utmost respect in the process that they're going through and in the value of their car.
Well, and we like people who are our friends and neighbors too. And you obviously pull together people who are invested like you are, Trey, in Rocky Mount.
Absolutely. And one thing, this is just a small portion of our team members that you've seen before, but we have team members like Bridget Mills, who's off today, but she's been with us for 35 years. We have Daryl, who's one of our technicians. He's been with us for, 20 plus years. We have several employees like that, and we'd like to just thank them and thank the community for giving us the opportunity to serve them, because without the community, we wouldn't have jobs, so we appreciate it.
Look for them when you walk in the door. I mean, could you ask for more? I don't think so. We're going to move now to with Amanda's going to join us and talk about what you all give back to our community.
Okay.
Trey, you are really known for, like, as we mentioned earlier, giving back to the community. Maybe I ought to get Amanda. You want to lead into this?
I will, because he won't.
You got to brag on him.
I've got to brag on him.
Okay.
And I may get teary-eyed. So every Friday we do $5 to dress down. It's to wear jeans. So if you come in the dealership, you'll see us wearing jeans on Fridays. But all the money goes back into the community. Plus, he adds to it, and I know that he does. This man coaches sports for kids, so he is investing his time in the children. He invests his time in us as employees. but he puts his money where his mouth is too. So we have been able to help with Coats for the Kids with Peacemakers. He donated a van last year to the Boys and Girls Club for transportation.
Donated
A van. We're involved in the Women's Professional Networking Group, which is coming up. We're going to do a sponsorship for that, for the Go Red, because they haven't been able to do their whole event this year. Rocky Mount Business Builders. I mean, he is, when you say Tre, the community needs, he is a go-getter. He recently helped do barbecue chicken plates, and all the money went to help some people that were challenged in the community that needed some help. And he's helped with that. If
Peacemakers, y'all help with Peacemakers.
We helped Peacemakers this year with their Christmas shop, and he's committed to do these things again. I mean, he is very invested in this community. I've got to say, he's not just a general manager. He does care. He loves all of us, and he loves this community, and he gives back sincerely. I'm not saying that because I work here. It's one of the reasons I work here.
Well, that makes customers feel really good, because they know when they buy from you that it's not being shipped off the profit other places. You're keeping it here. Also, I think you sponsor the travel show for WHIG, which is a Rocky Mount Business Builder contact.
It is.
For doing that. So, boy, and also besides that chamber involvement, former chair of the chamber, and you have stayed a member, and you support a lot of their events too. So
absolutely, we've been very blessed, and I do want to make sure that I say thank you, because there's a lot of people in the community, all of our employees, team members, Amanda, great people like that help us find worthy causes. We do keep everything local, and I may be a little too sticky sometimes to make sure that we vet it very well.
He is very good about that, actually.
I don't believe in waste from my business side to my giving side, or our giving side, I should say.
A lot of your success.
Absolutely. And you mentioned earlier, and I want to encourage anybody that sees this, if you're in the Rocky Mount community, Tarboro, Edgecombe, Nash County area or anything, invest in the kids. There's great causes. My heart particularly goes to the children and the youth, because that's our future. I myself have 3 children, and they vary from ages from 7 to 18. That is the future of the community. We just had this talk not too long ago. My headstone's going to have my date of birth on it, and it's going to have a dash in between and a date. I don't know what that other date is. I know where I'm going afterwards, but what's left in between, I don't want it to be my name, but it's what we do for a community, so we can pass it along. The Boys and Girls Club, that's tremendous. You'd mentioned that, I volunteer and coach. I've got a young son that I help and coach, and it's county ball, it's county leagues from basketball to baseball, because everybody doesn't have that opportunity. And working with people like Ron Green and others, I see firsthand the need that's in our community, and I challenge not just to put your money at it, but also put some effort, put some time into it, find out what they need, and sometimes it's not money.
It's your volunteer.
It's volunteer. So I just like to encourage everybody that's watching that, and that's what we need more of. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of simple and easy things to do. So give thanks for what you have, and give back as much as you possibly can.
And I'm sure everybody watching knows exactly why y'all got the first recipients of this wonderful Excellence in Business Award.
Thank you.
Amanda, Tre, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you for joining us.